Hey y'all, hey, we are back for another review of Sisters on BET. We're on season 2, episode 6, so let's just jump right into it. All right, so we are coming off of Gary telling Andy that he's done with her and he wants his money back, and she's telling him, like, I'm not giving you shit. So good luck with that. So she storms out of the police precinct where Gary's located. After he's asked for his money back, and she hits him with the Miss Sophia, like, Miss Hell no, I ain't giving you shit back. Fuck you talking about? What you thought? And she calls Karen to vent about it, and Karen is listening to her, but she's kind of like, you know, with the whole Andy and Gary saga, she's like, yeah, okay, girl, you really done? Yeah, sure, yeah, you done, girl. For the meantime, you know how your homegirl be saying she done. But she said that 76 times in the last 7 days, and you be like, okay, girl, if you say so. That's the energy that Karen's giving. So she's like, and it's like, Karen, why you acting like that? Like, why you being real short with your answers or whatever? She realizes that Karen is in the car with preacher dude Aaron, and she's like, oh, he's coming. So yes, preacher dude Aaron has been invited to the drag show / fundraiser situation for Maurice. So he's gonna be there because he's the one that's driving. So she hangs up with Karen because she don't like her attitude, and then she calls Paris and abruptly invites him to the gay bar as well. Like, you know, hey, how you doing? Okay, cool. We haven't talked in months, but you wanna go to the gay bar, hang out with me? All right, cool. Thanks. Bye. Be there. Boom. Basically, so she's just kind of trying to figure out what she's doing with her life because she thinks she's done with Gary. I don't know if she really is. So yeah. So let's move on. They've gotten to the gay bar, and Karen is warning her, like, you're moving too fast with Paris. She didn't realize he was coming, but when she did realize he's coming, she says, you know, slow down, girl. Like, you know, let's figure things out with Gary. For, like, just trying to, you know, give her a good girlfriend warning. Like, I know you got a lot going on in your mind, you got a lot going on in your life, but let's just take it easy with Paris. Let's just slow down. You already jumped into things very fast with Gary, so let's just chill out for a second. And Andy don't want nothing to do with it. She don't want no parts. She don't care. She want to get drunk. She want Paris. Okay, sis, live your life. All right. So, Sabrina and Danny show up at the bar, and Sabrina spills the tea that Danny has screwed up with the cowboy and tells them the situation. Tells them about what the cowboy said as far as Gal begged me and handcuffing Danny and whatnot. And so whatever. They get that out, and Danny asks about Zak, and she asks about Zak while preacher dude Aaron is standing right there, and everybody's like, girl, just shut up. Like, he in jail. And Karen not getting him out, so it is what it is when it comes to Zak. I'm just of the mindset, like, I want the whole Karen and Zak situation to be done. Like, just let it go. In the words of Keisha Cole, let it go. Like, it don't work. Y'all were a season and a reason, and it's time to move on. Time to let it go. So let's just hope that that's the case this season. And if Miss Fatima keeps putting on the charm the way she is, it will be factual and actual. But we'll get into that towards the end. All right. So, Maurice and Karen, not Calvin. Maurice and Calvin are still his place, and he wants Maurice to help get dressed, and Maurice wants to be fashionably late. All right, cool. Calvin, I keep calling that dude Karen. Calvin is looking to rent a room, and he sees that Maurice has a very nice place, and, you know, he asks him, can he rent a room? Calvin wants to borrow a room from Maurice, and Maurice tells him, like, you know, you got money, you can't find a place to stay. And he's like, well, you know, his dad's funeral and taking care of those medical bills and whatnot have washed him out a little bit, so he needs an opportunity to get back on his feet, so he would like to rent a room with Maurice. My question is, where the hell were you living before? Like, life insurance? That wasn't a thing? No, life insurance was not a thing because Maurice asked him, you know, same questions I had, and he said, you know, his dad couldn't really get insurance because of the pre-existing condition, which the way the medical system is set up, I definitely understand. I have my own qualms about it, but this is neither here nor there. So okay, got it. Pre-existing condition, couldn't get health insurance, so you had to use your cash. It may have affected your ability to pay your mortgage, rent, whatever. So I understand. I feel you. But what I don't feel is that he does not want Maurice to tell Sabrina, because she might think he's a broke dude, which is sort of the case. I mean, I'm not saying you broke, like you dead broke, but you may not you may be in a financial position where you can't date anybody, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But it's okay to say like, I'm not in a position to date you, or you know what I mean. I'm not able to date you to the capacity that we were dating prior to my dad's passing and coming into this financial situation. If you love Sabrina like you're proclaiming, then this is a financial conversation that needs to happen, because first come love, then come marriage, then come da 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 da, right? So it should make sense that you want to have that conversation with Sabrina, but again, what do I know? But okay, so he don't want Sabrina to know. All right, so we're back at the club and everybody's sitting around waiting, for things to get going. And Danny finds one of the only straight men in the club, and he is a bartender. So she's looking at him like, Maurice put me on, or somebody. She's just looking at him like she likes him or whatever. So she goes off to the bar, or goes wherever she goes with her attitude that she's had this whole episode. And we go back to Karen. Karen doesn't want to drink because she doesn't want to tempt preacher dude Aaron. And so Andy's like, okay, wait a minute. Like, you giving me the grief. You giving me the third degree about slowing down and taking my time. And you are over here with the recovering addict. Because Aaron was a recovering alcoholic, and he slipped when his wife died. And I think he slipped again when him and Karen were at the hotel room a couple episodes ago, maybe last episode, don't recall. And so she was like, you ride my coattail, but girl, we both in messed up men situations, so let's just take it easy. And he tells her, y'all drink, take your shots, have a good time, don't worry about me. I'm in recovery. I'm in day 1 of recovery, and I'm at the bar. But that's not here nor there. Y'all live it up, drink your drinks, have your girl time. I'm just here. Don't let me be a burden. Which is actually contrary to how preacher dude Aaron has been handling Karen, because he has been putting the weight on her to keep him sober. Which, okay, now that you're around her and her friends, you're just so honorable and don't worry about me. But all before you keep wanting Karen to save you. So contradictory at best, but okay, sure, whatever. All right, moving right along. Paris shows up, and he already knows preacher dude Aaron because they play basketball together. Not very good, but they play basketball together and they have a pre-existing relationship. Didn't know why that was introduced because it doesn't really add anything, but yeah, they're basketball friends. I mean, maybe that could run into some issues later because, well, I'll tell you why. Just stick with me. All right, so moving on, and he tells Andy that, Andy tells her that, me and Gary done, blah, 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 I'm trying to get with you, but like, she putting it on strong, like, all right, basically, she's just trying to find a way to get over Gary, because she really believes that it's over. And he tells her that, just because y'all had a really bad argument and things are not kosher with y'all right now, y'all may well not be done. And, y'all may not be 100% over each other just because y'all had a bad fight, and that is correct. That is perfect. Paris makes good sense. Just because you had a bad argument and y'all fell out, you and Gary have had 7 million fallouts and disagreements, so it's only been like a day or two since that's happened, so you have not even rested in the fact that you guys are probably done. Y'all haven't even resolved the issue that has y'all tied together, which is this pending FBI investigation. So sis, you can be done all you want, but until you get your name unattached to the Gary saga as it relates to the FBI, baby, you're actually not done. So Paris is actually making sense in the situation. So girl, you're not done with Gary, whether you want to be or not. All right, so moving on. Maurice finally shows up to the club, and he is in full drag, just giving big hair tease, giving eleganza, giving dress, giving fashion, giving shoulder, giving calves, just giving what it's giving. All right, so he goes up and he gives a very, very compelling speech on the struggles that gay people face, and that this isn't his first time kind of being beaten near death because of his sexual preference. And we also learned that Calvin's dad fought in the rebellion that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Marsha P. Johnson started. There was the Marsha P. Johnson rebellion where gay people were fighting for some rights or not. I missed that part. I might have dozed off a little bit. But I think that's... So Calvin's dads fought in a major rebellion for gay people's rights. Is what I think is the gist of that. That part was, which is another tidbit, which is kind of cool. And then he, kind of paid homage to them in that aspect. And then, Maurice can't be serious for very long. So he's like, all right, I'm tired of crying. Let's get the drinks going. Let's dance. Let's make it do what it do. All right, so everybody's drinking. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's talking. All right, get the party started. Back at the ranch, Zak and Fatima are talking, and he is flirting with her hardcore. Like, they giving me, real strong vibes. Dad went out drinking. He was trying to make sure she was good to drive, giving her the little sober test, like, are you good to go? And she was like, yes. And he opts to, he wants to walk to wherever he's going to end up. He doesn't really have a place to go, but he tells her, I'm at my friend's house. And then he ends up telling her the truth, like, nah, me and Karen used to be together, I almost died, blah, blah, blah. So I ain't really got nowhere to go. All right. So then she says that she wants to get to know him by way of offering him a room in her house. Cyclical. Very cyclical, because you just didn't have a place to live because Karen put you out and you're going to go live with another person that you don't have an established relationship with, and you could get put out again. Like, Zak, get your own apartment, bro. Like, you make money at the, what's that? He works at the airport, so you make some sort of money now. He went to jail for what I'm going to assume is drugs, because I don't think we ever got the actual reason he went to jail. So I'm going to assume drugs. You probably got to pay a little restitution. Set up a paper plane and get you an apartment. You got a job. Stop living on these women's couches in their houses between their legs. Get you an apartment. Do better. All right. So, she tells him that he has the potential to be great. And that kind of softens him, and he, agrees to stay in the room in her house for the time being, blah, 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 blah. But what I would say in that moment is, yes, he has the potential to be great. Got it. Karen also noticed that Zak has the potential to be great. Now, Karen may not have nurtured said potential. However, potential don't do it for me. We all have the potential to be anything. We can all be president. We can all be an action. We can all be all these things based on potential. Potential, to me, is only possibility. Potential mixed with action gets results. I probably just made that up, but I'm not gonna bet on potential. It's just not going to work for me because we all got potential. So that is not going to be a good basis for me to invite you into my house. But I see, they're getting to know each other, I guess. I don't know. But we'll see how that goes. All right, moving on. Everybody's at the club and dancing, having a good time. Shots for shots. And Danny's trying to leave with the only straight man in the club because she's like, all right, I got to go. We got to go. I'm tired of being here. I'm drunk. I'm ready to go. Everybody seems drunk as hell at this particular point of the episode, and they're trying to take even more shots. And everybody's at the bar, and everybody's vibing out. And then Preacher Dude Aaron asks if it's okay, if Andy's okay, because Andy is very, 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 very drunk, and she's coming on very, 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 very strong to Paris. And Karen's like, she's got to work through it. She's, going through something with Gary yet again. Blah, blah, blah. Let do she grown. All right. Shoots over to Sabrina, and she asks Kevin about his love declaration last episode, and he doesn't really press her to say anything back, and take her time, and that he really meant it, but she's not pressured to say return the I love you, which that was an interesting tidbit, because somebody else would have felt played. Like, anybody else that you tell you love first, you expect a I love you too. I don't know if you want people to mean it, but it was interesting just to see that he was understanding in the fact that she may not have been fully prepared to return the I love you. So, all right, cool. All right, Andy and Paris are trying to dip out, and Karen pulls her to the side like, girl, you real drunk. Are you sure you want to do this? Like, we can leave if you want to go, but maybe you shouldn't go with Paris. And she's like, girl, I'm grown. And so Karen had tried to get her to stay and give her her best effort, and she was like, okay, girl, and then Andy tells her, oh, I'm grown, so I'm gonna do what I want to do. Oh, okay, baby, do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. But I know Karen's thinking in her head like, okay, bitch, you're very goddamn grown, but you keep getting in these stupid ass situations. But all right, don't call me when you wake up regretting what happens tonight in the morning. live your life. Do what you want to do. And so she was like, all right, girl, peace. Holla at you. And goes back to the bar with Preacher Dude Aaron, and they're going about their life. Maurice is talking to Danny, makes her go dance with the bartender James. Mr. James, the bartender. Whatever. All right. Wrapping up this episode, we are back at Fatima's, and her and Zak are talking, and Zak lets us even more into the dynamic that is him and Karen, and tells him that he was fresh out of jail, and Karen met him and again saw potential in him, invited her to her place, and helped him, you know, kind of get back on his feet. He didn't have anything, and he moved in with her. Still don't got nothing, but okay. And he moved in with her. The thing with Karen and Zak is he couldn't get back on his feet fast enough for Karen. Like he had gotten a job and, you know, working to probably get his record clean and all these other things, but all he really owned was his bike, which is still all he owns. But it wasn't fast enough for Karen, so that kind of was the bane of their relationship. He didn't really have anything. So yeah, that's the Karen and Zak thing. She saw him, she helped him, he didn't turn that into anything, and so they can't. It ain't gonna never work. That's how it is. Even if he gets it together tomorrow, Karen is still gonna team off of the fact of you ain't shit, Zak. You ain't got nothing, Zak. Which is the energy she's been giving him this whole time. So I think the Zak and Karen thing is finito. I hope so. Ooh, I hope so. God, I hope so. All right. And so, you know, Fatima's sitting there. So Fatima knows Zak in a different perspective because she met him on the way to the meeting, which means he was trying to better himself, invest himself, you know, do all those things that were happening with that buy back the block type program. And so she sees the determination, she sees the potential, she sees the effort. So she sees something that Karen has not been able to see. That's okay. We're all not great for each other. There's a Fatima-Zak connection. There's a different relationship that Fatima is going to be fostering with Zak that Karen was not privy to. They didn't get to that point in their relationship. So it's all right. It's going to be all right. But, so he realizes that Fatima is kind of giving him what he never had from any other woman, and that is encouragement. Karen invited him in. You know, they were in a relationship, but she was more of a complainant. Like she complained a little more than encouraged, and Fatima's a little more soft in her approach. That is why Fatima and Zak are gonna mesh a little better. You know, then we all know what happens next. Everybody been drinking, you know, it's time to go to bed, and you know, it gets hot and heavy, and then boom, sex scene. So Fatima and Zak are gonna kick it off. My prediction is that Fatima is going to clean Zak up, going to get him in the program, going to get him together, going to help him get his life together. And Karen is going to see this new Zak, and she is going to regret. She's going to regret it. She's going to regret it. Because Preacher Dude Aaron is giving me a little bit of Gary vibes. He's giving me controlling, which means Karen, alpha personality, it ain't going to work. So Aaron and Karen, it's not going to work. I'm going to tell you right now. She's going to see Zak with Fatima. She's going to be in her bag about it. She's going to start some shit, and she's going to be upset that he's done a complete 360 by way of Fatima encouraging him. That's just my prediction. Now, the Andy and Paris thing, she's going to wake up in the morning, she's going to regret fucking him, and then Gary's going to get out of jail, and she's going to be back into this, oh, well, I'm still with Gary. Girl, please. All right, so that has been my review for Season 2, Episode 6 of SISTAS on BET. Things are starting to pick up, so I'll definitely be back. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.